Yeah.
We're live. I don't need that, woman.
And oop.
Greetings, Internet. Welcome to But I'm Still a Good Person by Vince Nicholas. I'm Vince Nicholas. I'm joined by my sparkling wifey, Carolyn Nicholas.
Hi.
Hello, honey. Thank you for joining me on our bed for our little program here. Okay, so let's talk about everything Disney that isn't Disneyland. Now, this has been a huge deal for our family. When my mom confirmed the hotel resis and park tickets, I brought Lennox and Luna down, which we only say for huge announcements. And we gathered, and I cursed when I said we were going to Disneyland. Well, first, we gathered Lennox and Luna on the couch, and Luna instantly thinks we're going to announce our divorce.
Oh.
And it's like, no, simmer down.
Yeah.
It ain't that serious.
She goes to the most extreme
Right.
negative outcome.
Right. First time we did this was when we introduced Frankie Blue to our home and to them. And then this was the second time we did a big time serious announcement. And I said, we are going to effing Disneyland. And I said the F word. I'm sorry, Liz Fisher. But it was, we've been looking forward to it ever since. So, day was Saturday morning. We left here at 6 a.m. Airport's about 20 minutes away. Our flight was at around 8 a.m. I wanted to get one last pump in at the gym at 5 a.m., but I couldn't muster it.
It wasn't to be.
Yeah, but I did get my weight down to 204. Last time I saw my mom, I was 208. And when we greeted each other, she said, "Skinny Vince." And I was like, yeah, it's worth it. It's all worth it. But yeah, I got my weight down to 204. I didn't go to the hotel gym, even though I have had dreams. I had machinations, or is it machinations? Didn't make it to the telly gym. We found a lovely neighbor to take care of Frankie Blue. Feed him once a day, clean his kitty litter, um, and yeah, it was nice. She always feeds him, and she sends us pictures.
Yeah, so nice.
And
He loves her.
Yeah.
Frankie.
Oh yeah.
Frankie loves her more than he loves us.
Yeah. That's the sad part. She sends pictures and or videos of Frankie, and so that's nice to have. We're gonna get her a gift card to Starbucks after Santa Cruz, like a $35 gift card as a thanks. And she lives super close, and she's super sweet. But I did look at the Ring camera footage, and she did raid our fridge. She made long distance phone calls on our telephone. She logged onto our Wi Fi and visited some unsavory websites. And she went through your drawer of unmentionables, honey. So I will be putting that footage on TikTok and exposing her. Okay. Do you think Frankie missed us, honey? I mean, even before we left, I was missing him already. Does he miss us? Does he care? Is he aware?
He always knows when we're going somewhere. He starts acting weird
Yeah.
when we're like packing or
Weirder.
he right. He can sense a change in the air.
Yeah.
He doesn't miss us per se, but he misses the constant promise of food.
Yeah.
Because we do give in, or I give in when he cries a lot.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, you just ate a half hour ago, but I'll feed you again.
Yeah. And he does get fed, but it's once a day. Whereas
once or twice a day, yeah. It's
right.
Not...
with us, it's I don't even know how often we feed him, 6 times.
Or sometimes you'll feed him, and then Luna isn't aware, so she'll feed him pretty quickly afterwards. So he eats too much.
The whining never stops. Our flight was at 8 a.m. We parked in economy lot, took the tram. Camby Brown's mom was not the driver. And so we're going through the airport, and the people who check baggage, like you got to stand in line and bother the Southwest representatives, and you got suitcases of clothes. I never got that. I haven't checked a bag in decades. Why? I guess they're staying somewhere for 6 weeks or something.
Yeah, we never go anywhere for more than 2-3 nights.
Yeah.
So thank goodness we just do the carry-on thing.
Yeah, I feel bad. I feel bad for them, and I feel bad for the Southwest customer service agents. We went through TSA. You and Lennox didn't get searched. What is your
Yeah.
secret?
Lennox is under 14 or something, so
Mm-hmm.
they took him aside and he didn't have to do the little body scan walkthrough thing.
Yeah.
And they want him to have a parent. So he and I got to skirt the line.
Hmm.
That happened to and fro.
I always get searched. I claim racism. Um, so we're going through, and Lennox and Luna are novices to the process. They've flown once each. So I'm helping Luna. You're helping with Lennox. And so I keep my wallet in my pant pocket, my back cargo short pocket, because I just forget about it. And it's a rookie move, and I'm dumb. But so I go through, and it's like, I was like, okay, it's my wallet. I'm sorry. Go through again. And the guy's like, what do you have in your wallet? Do you have anything in your wallet? And I go, yeah, just a granola bar. And he goes, let me see it. And I take it out of my pocket, and he grabs it, and he hands it to the lady who's watching the little video screen, pretending that she can spot a bomb. And so he hands it to her, and then she just puts it in the trash. Like what the heck? Like that was my granola bar. That was my sustenance. That was my protein bar, so I could get these gains.
That's cold.
Yeah, well, so when we went through a New York airport, Binghamton or the other one, you had syrup.
Yeah, syrup and honey.
And they gave you the opportunity. They're like, you can go down to the mail,
Oh, right.
the post office.
Yeah, I wasn't allowed to take it on the plane. I could
Right.
check it,
Right.
though.
And I was like, why didn't he give me the opportunity to just eat it right there? Or
they were vindictive.
Yeah.
In the trash right in front of you.
Right into the trash. I was like, okay, thanks.
You just saved America.
Right. Way to stop terrorism or something. One thing we like to do, honey, while we get to our gate, while just waiting, sitting there, is we like to judge the pilots who walk by. These are the gentlemen who are in short white sleeve button-up T-shirts, and they got the stripes. Oh, we watch below deck. We know what stripes mean on the shoulder mean. But you see pilot walk by, and you're like, ooh, I hope you're not my pilot. And then you see a capable looking man. You're like, oh, I trust this guy. It doesn't feel suicidal. That's something we like to do.
Yeah, love that.
Yeah. I noticed many of the Southwest pilots that were wearing ties that were like the American flag. And I said, oh, I didn't know we were in MAGA country out here. While we're sitting around, I got a text from my coworker saying it's super busy. Without you, we need you. We need your presence, your leadership. And I was crying. I was crying into my Aperol spritz. I needed some chapstick while we were sitting there at the gate, and you gave me some girly stuff, honey. What is this?
All I had was glitter.
Hmm.
But you look pretty in glitter.
Did I shine? Did I shine?
Yeah.
Good.
Shine bright like a diamond.
The A boarding group. So Southwest, the A boarding group. When they call them up, they just get up and stand. It reminds me of when the plane lands and the people who get up and stand.
Oh, I hate them.
Immediately. They're like in row 26, but they get up and stand.
So annoying.
The A boarding group. I mean, yeah, you're A boarding group. You're plush. You're hip. You probably paid for the upgrade. But just sit down until they start scanning boarding passes and letting you in. People just I don't get you. We get on the plane, and even though we were early B, we were like B2 boarding group. We didn't get till we got the back of the plane. Essentially, it was like row 18. There were only 22 planes. We got a bad wing view, but we just didn't have selection. Beggars can't be wing choosers. So I was sitting next to two gals. So you sat with Lennox and Luna on one side of the plane, and I sat kind of diagonally in the aisle seat. I hate the aisle seat. I sat with two Asian gals. One gal, she was like leaning forward, like in the window, in my view of the window, and she had a ton of hair, and I was like, "How, lady? I'm trying to enjoy the view here. You got a bunch of hair, like take some consideration." And then the girl right next to me was reading a magazine, Scientific American. Oh, aren't we smart? I actually began chatting with her. She's from Saddleback area, which is in the OC, Orange County, um, Laguna Hills, Mission Viejo, that area, South Orange County. And the whole time I just thought, I want to ask if she watches Laguna Beach, or did she watch Laguna Beach? Did she watch The Hills? Did she follow Lauren to the city? But I, I, I did not. I did not have the guts. Our stewardess, one of the stewardess, flight attendant, whatever, he was super buff. He was super yoked, and he had the shirt with the sleeves rolled up, so he was suns out, guns out. And I thought, if there's gonna be a problem, me and him, we got this. So I began drinking. I got one drink. Uh, so it might be a coping mechanism, but when I fly, every single second, I think I'm going to die. I think we're all going to die. And so I've started just having a drink or whatever uh, to, to calm my nerves. And it absolutely changes my mood.
Yeah, for sure.
I go from, hey, we're all going to die, and right now, no, right now, okay, right now, no, right now, we're all going to die. And then after a hard seltzer, I make sure not to eat a lot beforehand, so it hits me. So I don't need like 8 hard seltzers. But after one drink, I go from fearing death constantly to, we're all on this fucking plane and whatever. Like, it totally brings me up, and I enjoy it.
Yeah.
I like it. It helps.
Whatever gets you through.
Right. And I don't want to see, they need to serve drinks earlier, and I don't want to become the person that starts drinking before the plane. Although when we flew to New York,
Oh yeah,
that was late night, and we had a couple drinks at the bar just before our flight took off. We met that guy who was super nice from Milwaukee. And that I remember getting on that plane. I was like, all right, let's get this party started. Let's get this party started. But yeah, I'm just gonna start. And yeah, it's $9 for a freaking hard seltzer. But what does my peace of mind cost? $9. Uh, one more
yeah.
thing, there was an annoying kid behind me, and she was like, we're flying in the air. Look at the clouds, mommy. We're flying, we're flying. And I wanted to be like, hi, you're cute. What's your name, Sarah? Sarah, we could die at any moment. So how about you just pipe the frick down back there? Okay, so we arrive at John Wayne Airport, or as one child who we call our own deemed it, John Wayne Gacy Airport. Dark, maudlin at 9 a.m. Ordered the Uber. Our Uber driver's name is Victor Hugo. Okay? Author of Les Mis, or is it star of Les Mis? Is
No
that
author.
author of Les Mis? Again, just like with Saddleback Lady, are you Team Kristen or Team Elsie? Victor Hugo, I so wanted to be like, you get this all the time, right? We get at the telly at 10 a.m.
You mean the hotel?
Yes, the hotel, Disneyland Hotel at 10 a.m. Now, we had a rough start. It could have gone bad. It was a little, just didn't go our way. So, get there. We can't check in. We asked for early check in. Okay. And they grant it to us, but the room still needs to be cleaned. So, they don't give us the time. They're just like, we'll text you. Okay. So, we're hungry. We're hungry. We're hungry. We're hungry. We go to the Goofy Diner, which is right there. It's actually a buffet, but we don't have reservations. We walk in, and what happened, honey?
They turned us away like Joseph and Mary at the inn.
Yeah, yeah. It's like, okay, we have money, we need to eat, but we don't have resis. So we're like, okay, downtown Disney is right there. And there's 80 places to eat in downtown Disney. We walk over, and then what happened, honey?
The queue to get through the security to get into downtown Disney is all the way down the street.
It's crazy.
It's like 40 minutes to get through that queue. So we turned around and walked away.
Yeah, we got denied twice. And I had never heard of the downtown Disney queue. And I was watching YouTubers do everything Disney and Disneyland for weeks. And but it's a security checkpoint. There's a couple of security guards, there's tables. It's sort of like the TSA. But yeah, the queue goes freaking down the street along a fence. And it's like, I'm staying at the Disney Hotel. My mom, do you know who my mom is? She's paying $600 a freaking night, and we gotta go through this where they look for guns and check your purse and all this stuff, metal detectors. So we get denied by Goofy, the stupid dog. We get denied by Downtown Disney, and I almost lost it. I said, "How about we all eat some effing snacks?" Yes, I cursed again. I'm sorry. Um, because I was just like, I'm over dealing with this. But thankfully, there's a Hawaiian place right in the center of, right in front of our hotel that we ate. Um, and they served us immediately. Food was quick. I was like, thank goodness. Len bit a flower. Can you give us details, honey?
There was a flower on our plate of food.
Yeah.
And I told him it was edible.
Yeah.
And he ate it.
Took a bite. I was like, okay, Cameron Fisher. And then he also shoplifted. Could you tell us about that?
Oh, so he went inside to get himself an ice cream.
Yeah.
And it's the way this restaurant is set up is there's tons of shelves with crackers and bags of chips and ice creams.
Yeah, to go.
You can just grab something and then you go up to the counter. So we're sitting outside. Lennox comes outside with an ice cream in his hand and he says, "Where do I pay for this?" We're like, "Well, you have it now."
Smash and grab. I see videos like you on TikTok. You're part of the problem. Thanks, Gavin Newsom. You saw a few weddings.
By the way, we sent him back in and he did pay for it.
Oh, yeah.
Just for the record.
For sure. You saw a few weddings. Getting married at Disneyland, honey.
I love it.
Yeah.
We should have done that.
We could renew our vows there. We finally got check-in at 12:30. Go into the room. Okay, listen. So there's picture. Everything's Disney. The freaking ensconces that hold the lights on the wall are freaking Mickey Mouse hands. Everything there's mouse. Everything Disney. Everything. Okay, whatever. But so there's a bunch of pictures of Walt. There's like a little collage of pictures of Walt Disney on our wall, and I'm looking at them, and the one front and center is Walt Disney doing the Heil Hitler salute. Okay, just saying.
I think he's waving, but it could be construed either way.
Waving. Hitler was, I am waving. I am waving.
It is unclear what's happening.
Oh, it's crystal clear to me, honey. Staying there. Oh, you hate Gaza. My parents got there at 1 p.m. One fun thing they do, so it's Grandpa Curtis's 70th birthday, and they gave him a button, like a giant button that says, "I'm celebrating my birthday." And it's freaking genius because everywhere we went, happy birthday, oh, happy birthday. Like the various Disney employees and cast members and staff, whatever, happy birthday. And it really puts you in a good mood. And it's dumb because he's wearing a giant button, but it's like this is cool. It's a nice touch. My mom brought a ton of food: trail mix, Kind bars, Chips Ahoy, cashews, a chopped salad kit. Yeah, a chopped salad kit with plates and silverware. My mom is ready for the apocalypse. 3 p.m. So we're all hanging out. Oh, we had adjoining rooms, which was a godsend. Like, instead of having to text about arranging plans, just popped over.
Yeah, so nice. That little adjoining door.
Yeah. If we need something over there, we just walk right over. Need to talk to them quickly, walk right over. It was excellent. So we need a drink, so we hit the Palm Breeze bar. It's the bar in like by the pool area, 2 seconds away from where we're staying from our room. And we had a good time. We had a couple drinks, and we knew we didn't have anything planned for the rest of the evening. We're gonna turn in. But I had a couple 714 beers. I like to drink local. Hashtag buy local. Hashtag support small business. Um, and so the beers I had, it had a 714 in it. So that's the Orange County area code. But we took a few cute pictures. And one thing I said, I was like, I'm uninstalling Instagram. I'm uninstalling Facebook. I'm going to be in the moment. But I loved our pictures. I love the picture that we took with my parents. Bunch of pictures. So I reinstalled all that. I'm a freaking hypocrite. Who cares? Um, one thing they did that Disney does is they put so the employees have a name tag like John, our bartender. His name was John, and then they put their like little hometown right underneath. So it says John, and then right underneath it says Fullerton, California. And we were like, what's up with that? And it's just to make conversation, but it's weird.
It kind of seems against like what you would expect from Disney because I want these cast members to be like in the Disney world. So I want it to say like Arendelle.
Yeah.
Or that's the Frozen castle or the Frozen
Gotcha.
area.
Oh, yeah.
So it's like these are real people that live in Los Angeles or
Yeah.
Anaheim.
Boring.
No, you're supposed to be in the Disney worlds.
You're John from Tatooine, right? And hello, what about doxing John from Fullerton?
Oh, yeah.
But it's just purely conversation. And here's a Disney secret that Michael Eisner won't tell you. You can lie. They lie. He's like, I'm not really from Fullerton.
Right.
I'm just living there. It's like, okay, well, thanks for that, John from Fullerton. Uh, we head back to the room. We have reservations at Downtown Disney, 4 p.m. This is Grandpa Curtis's big birthday dinner with us. And it's at Splitsville in Downtown Disney, which has a bowling theme and bowling. But I was like, who goes bowling on vacation? I was like, I know there's people who go to the movies when they go on vacation. I was like, that's the lamest, dumbest, most boring choice. You're gonna go to New York City and then let's go see a movie. Like, what the heck? Weird. So we go to Splitsville. Oh, and by that time, Downtown Disney queue, nothing. Couple minutes, we were through there.
It was very unpredictable when
Right.
the Downtown Disney queue would be long or short, non-existent.
Right. And it's like we're staying in Disneyland Hotel. Give us priority queue. Give us clear. Give us Disney
Right.
pre-Disney whatever. Let us through. Grand California Hotel is in the middle of Downtown Disney, so you don't have to go through the security check, but it's more expensive, and you still gotta walk a ways to get to the Disneyland entrance. But anyways, Downtown Disney, we're walking through. It's fun. It's like a great outdoor mall, like Palladio. It's tons of shopping, tons of people, lively activity. We went by the Lego store, and they had some Lego things out on display. Like they had Finn built up in Legos. Did it take 800 pieces? Did it take 80,000 pieces? I don't know, but it looked freaking amazing. Did you like Downtown Disney, honey?
It was cool. It wasn't very Disney.
Right.
But yes, it was a nice outdoor shopping excursion area.
Yeah, they did have Disney ears for $35. And so my mom wanted to buy Luna some, and I was like, Mom, Luna's almost 16.
I kind of wanted some myself.
And then Luna took one look at the price of $35, and she was like, this is expensive. And I said, yeah, queen. It's weird. Like, so my mom's frugality, she's a 10. And then I got some of her frugality. I'm like a 6 or a 7. And then Luna, well, she's still forming her frugality opinions, but she definitely has she's conscious of spending and cost, which I'm proud to have imparted upon her. So we're walking by the Star Wars, whatever, trading post. It's a giant store with tons of Star Wars crap. Okay, whatever. We're walking by and they're playing music. Okay, it's music to me. It's like Star Wars music. I don't know. And Grandpa Curtis, he goes, this is the music that they played when Hayden Christensen married Natalie Portman. He said their name. Was it Anakin and
Anakin and Padme.
Padme? Yeah. He said, this is the music they played with Anakin married Padme. And I was like, okay. Grandpa Curtis was like a dictionary / encyclopedia.
He's got the deep knowledge.
Yeah, he knows all the ships and he tells us about it, all the lore, all the canon. It was impressive and fun. Splitsville, our dinner, $203. I got tuna salad and I asked for the tuna to be cooked. The tuna was not cooked, but I was like, whatever. I didn't want to make a big deal about it. I thought the tuna salad was fine. They did the thing where they put on too much dressing. It's just like a puddle of dressing in the bottom, whatever. But what'd you get, honey?
I got a buffalo chicken sandwich.
Yeah.
It was freaking delicious.
Yeah.
I love buffalo chicken.
You do. Lennox is really into burgers and fries right now, plain burger with fries. And you let him get 2 orders of burgers and fries at $22 each. $44 in burgers and fries.
We were paying.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, yes, son, get what you want.
I know. Well, I was like, but what about those Mickey Mouse ears? Didn't turn down. Well, it turns out he tends to order with his stomach or his brain, or he doesn't know his limits, I guess, because he made it about 15% through the second burger, and I ate it the next day. And it was a fine burger. I also had some of his fries that were left over. They were ghastly, terrible, but reheated fries wouldn't even. Burger wasn't bad though. The Splitsville people, or whatever, we let them know that it was Grandpa Curtis's 70th, and they came out with like some sort of ice cream concoction that Grandma Teen and Grandpa Curtis really enjoyed. It was a good time. I mean, I had a beer that they put ice in. It was like in a mug.
That was the strangest beer I've ever seen, and it kind of had like a syrupy flavor.
Yeah.
It was odd.
But it was good, and I was feeling it. And I got Kurt. I bought some birthday kit. Well, my mom was like, get some candles for his cake. Or I mean, actually, she intended to bring up cake, but then she didn't bring up cake, whatever. But I got this $10 birthday kit on Amazon. It had a sash, it had a crown, it had balloons, which we didn't have a helium tank or whatever, so we couldn't inflate. But it had the candles, and so he was wearing the crown. I wore the sash with him. It was a good old time, and yeah, really glad. $203, too much.
For 6 people at downtown Disney, I think that's to be expected.
Okay, you're in with Big Disney. We retired back to our rooms at 6 p.m. Sunday, we did Disneyland, out of sight, outstanding. Rise of the Resistance is phenomenal. Go check out Galaxy's Edge. Use our promo code. Monday, so we were like, we had a late flight. It was 11-ish, so we could have breakfast with my parents. So I put in reservations for Goofy, who denied us because we're brown and down the first time. But luckily, they had reservations Monday morning. I was like, cool. I found out it's a buffet. It costs $50 each for adults and then 30 for children. So it's like $300 for a probably crappy breakfast buffet on Monday morning. No, no, no. So I canceled it. We went to that Hawaiian place, which we went to first off. Len slept. He couldn't make it. But we had some breakfast, and it's not pricey, but it's also low rent. Like the eggs are like they're freaking breakfast buffet continental breakfast eggs. Not good. And then the bacon, they give you 2 measly pieces of bacon. That place was fine, but it was really about convenience.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, at least it filled our bellies.
Yeah. We Ubered back to John Wayne, said our goodbyes. There were no tears, but I was so grateful and thankful to my parents. Hop on the plane back to SAC. There was turbulence for about the first half hour, and it was like 1 on a scale of 1 to 10 turbulence. It was barely anything. I was sitting with Len. You were sitting with Luna. And so when there's turbulence, I go up to the pilot cabin and I knock on the door, and they open the door and I say, "How about you go around the turbulence, or go above or below the turbulence? How about we avoid the turbulence? Give me that game joystick." And then the other thing I would say to pilots is, do the turns always have to be so dramatic? We got to SAC at 1, came home. We did Walmart delivery because we didn't have time to do our grocery shopping. We got some gentleman named Enam who delivered them. He dropped one of your yogurts, honey. How was the yogurt? Was it affected?
It was okay. Thank goodness.
Yeah. And Enam gave us a free $13 bag of candy that belonged to another Walmart customer. But yeah, it was like, we didn't report it.
I feel bad, but the kids are happy they've been eating it.
We didn't return it. And I'm sorry for Enam. But you did drop our yogi. Okay. So other notes, observations, hot takes. We didn't shower. Did you brush your teeth? I know I didn't.
Okay.
I flossed. By the way, normalize flossing. Bring some bring a comfortable pair of shoes, bring a cell phone battery, and bring some floss. Because after that Caesar wrap, I was like, I got some stuff in my teeth. I wish I had some floss.
I definitely brushed morning and night. Thank you very much.
Bravo.
I know you didn't.
Applause, standing ovation. But you did not shower.
Okay, no, I didn't.
We were musty.
But for the record,
yeah,
I was amazingly clean
hygienic,
considering what I did. I had 18,000 steps.
Oh yeah,
at Disneyland on Sunday.
For sure.
I didn't stink.
Yeah,
I was fresh as a daisy.
Yay. I sweated because it was low 70s, but the sun was out and it did get warm in the afternoon, late afternoon.
You're a sweater.
Yeah, I am. I'm a chunky boy. But did I stink, honey?
No, never.
But I was a little musty. But that's fine. Well, when you take a shower on vacation, then that involves water and towels and another change of clothes, and it's so involved. And why? We don't need to go anywhere formal.
Everyone at Disneyland Park is musty.
Oh my gosh.
We're all musty together.
You have no idea. And then for our coffee machine, they did the Keurig. You're anti-Keurig, right?
Yes. I mean, I'll use it when we're at a hotel, but I don't want to own one at home.
Yeah.
They're so wasteful.
Yeah. But they're hecka convenient, and they're better than our crappy great value coffee grounds. But we just use the bathroom sink water, throw it in the Keurig. Are you okay with that?
Of course.
Okay. Because there is an ice machine, but then you got to wait for it to melt. And I do that too. I grab a huge bucket of ice and it melts over a few hours, and you got some probably bacteria infected, disease infected ice water, but it's cold and refreshing. So you brought a whole bunch of flamin' hot chips.
I did. I brought a whole bag of snacks for us to have at the hotel.
You got the variety box of flamin' hot Ruffles and Cheetos and Fritos, and Lennox loves that stuff. He loves flamin' hot. He loves Takis, and so at one point on our bathroom towel in the hotel bathroom, it was all stained red. One of the towels was all stained red. Lennox had infected it. Lennox and Takis and red dust, Cheeto dust, whatever, flaming hot Cheeto dust. We see it on his coffee mug at home. It's on his placemat at the dinner table, and we found it in our bed, on our bedding.
That stuff gets everywhere.
Yeah. And it's like, these are the marks. These are the marks of a killer. Guilty. Look at this evidence. Another thing, watching tons of YouTubes, shoes. Shoes are important. And YouTubers are like, I like New Balance, but you might like Asics and blah, blah. Okay. And you do a lot of walking, but I was wearing $33 Temu high tops. And I was perfectly fine. I didn't get as many steps as you. I got about 10,000. But this whole like, oh, you need brand new sneaks or what? And now there are people walking around in Crocs, which I don't recommend,
No,
and flip flops.
definitely not.
But even if you do that, that's your bed. You made it. Lie in your bed, and it's not the end of the world. Um, my mom, she brings like a big sandwich bag of Clorox wipes, and she started this during the pandemic, and she's continued it. And at first, a few years ago, I thought it was odd. I was like, okay, mom, simmer down. But now it's hecka useful. Like we went out to eat and we got sauce and whatever remnants on our fingers, and my mom's busting out the Clorox wipes left and right. I'm like, yes, queen. It's hecka good idea. My mom made me give her $20 cash so she could tip the chambermaid, the hotel cleaning lady. Um, but fun fact, so when Lennox and I first came back, a cleaning lady was in their room right next door, and I walked in there, and it scared the crap out of her because I was like, "Whatever, this is my parents' room, and the doors are open." But she was frightened, she's scared. Uh, but then I'm like, "Oh, I'm just next door. This is my parents' room." She's like, "Okay." And so me and Lennox were in our room, and she said, "Oh, do you want me to come back later if you guys are over there?" And I said, "Yeah, come back at 5, please." She never came back, so I didn't tip the chambermaid. Are you for tipping the hotel
I didn't know that was a
cleaning?
thing people did.
Yeah, it is.
But she didn't clean our room at all,
Right,
so
right. And speaking of not taking showers, she doesn't have to clean the shower.
yes, exactly. That's why we do it.
She barely has to clean the bathroom. Yeah, well, I've seen people tip a couple bucks for the hotel cleaning staff, but $20, Grandma T, and really? I see here in my notes, honey, that you ran into a pole. Can you give us details on this accident?
Yeah, I was at the park with the kids and walking and texting you
Yeah.
because you needed to hear from me.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, and I ran right into a pole, and it was so embarrassing, but it was
Cringe.
also funny. I wasn't hurt. I was
Okay,
just laughing and embarrassed.
good, very good. Uh, you found a Starbucks on Main Street. So Disneyland doesn't have Carl's Jr. and Burger King or all these stupid chain foods. Uh, how did you find it? Is it like,
I
is there
didn't.
signage adorning everywhere?
Um, there's not normal Starbucks signs.
Yeah.
I don't remember if it even said Starbucks. It might have just said coffee.
Hmm.
I was very surprised.
Yeah.
But when you look on the app, it does say Starbucks coffee. But
Ah,
when you go to the building, it doesn't stand out like a normal Starbucks store.
wow.
It blends in with the aesthetics of
Yeah.
Main Street.
Yeah.
And then you go inside and it's their full drinks and food menu.
Yeah.
So that was a lifesaver. We got coffee, fueled us through the rest of the evening. The kids and I both got a little bit of food.
Yeah. Luna got avocado toast, which she was not a fan of. Well, I just wonder how that brand deal works. Like, why Starbucks? Why that one location?
Is that the only non-Disney food in the park? That
Yes, and I
that
say
brand
that knowing absolutely nothing,
that
but
was the only
I
one I noticed
right,
while we were there.
yeah, yeah,
Very interesting. I
yeah,
wonder what's up with that.
weird. Uh, Another thing about Galaxy's Edge were the ships. So I've seen the Millennium Falcon. I know it's in Galaxy's Edge, and because there's pictures and videos, and that's great. But there's huge life-size ships of TIE fighters and X-Wing fighters and all these Star Wars ships and the freaking hovercraft that Luke is rolling around in Star Wars. It's there too, and it's unbelievable.
Yeah, I've seen YouTube videos of people giving a little tour of Galaxy's Edge,
Yeah,
but when you're there in person,
yeah,
there's nothing like it. You don't grasp how it is in real life when you're
yeah,
just watching it on a video.
yeah,
It is amazing.
yeah. This
Everything is so big.
scale and the lengths at which they did this whole design is just it's unbelievable. And finally, honey, we ate some Trader Joe's Tiak Bok Key. You desired this because you see it on mukbangs, is that right?
Yeah, I watch those videos like of people eating food.
Yeah.
That's my guilty pleasure.
Can you talk
Um,
about the cooking process?
what these are
Yeah.
is like cylindrical white things. They kind of have the consistency of gnocchi or
Yeah.
like the squishy gummy boba balls.
Yeah.
And you throw them in a frying pan with some oil and turn them over so they get crispy all around.
Mm.
And then there's a separate packet of sauce, like a sweet red spicy sauce,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
you boil it till it gets bubbly, and then you toss it into the little white noodle things.
Yeah. It's defined as Korean spicy stir-fried rice cakes. And you actually bought it for Luna, and she didn't want none.
Yeah, because Luna watches some mukbangs too, or
Yeah.
like we watch them and we talk about all the food that looks so good that we want to try. Korean food is really big on those videos, so
Yeah.
she and I have been talking about this.
Yeah.
And I saw it at Trader Joe's, so I bought it.
Yeah. And I would say something about mukbangs causing purchases, but I watch IG reels of cooking and food all day, and I magically add a bunch of stuff to our cart on Walmart.
Yes, you
And
do.
you're like, why'd you buy this? Why'd you buy that? And I'm like, well, I saw it in a video. But what did you think about the tteokbokki, aka Korean spicy stir-fried rice cakes, honey?
They were weird.
Yeah.
They were really gummy.
Yeah.
The rice cakes themselves don't have flavor.
Yes.
So all the
Yes.
flavor comes from the sauce, and the sauce was delicious.
The sauce was banging, was bus. But yeah, well, yeah, the sauce was really like it's sweet and it has a good amount of heat, and not too. It won't knock you off your socks. But it's a perfect amount of heat, really spicy. But then these white things, it was just like what? They're like the size of earplugs, and they're super chewy, and they don't absorb any flavor like pasta does. And so it was like I was like, well, the sauce is good, so I kept spooning the sauce. Um, but I ended up throwing away the last 8 rice cakes. Uh, that sauce was super good. The rice cakes, not good.
I want to buy it again, though, when we go back to Trader Joe's.
Yeah, well, that sauce on just some regular nudes, some like rice noodles, off the chain. Yeah, we should definitely try it again. And then, yeah, well, you know what? I'll eat the rice cakes.
Heck yeah, I will too.
Whatever. Who cares? Okay, are we done, honey?
Yes.
Special shout out to my mom for busting for our vacation, and a special shout out to you for being enthusiastic and lasting all day and night with the kids. My parents lasted 8 hours. That blew my mind. Lennox and Luna till whatever 10:30 with you. That also blew my mind. I thought they would they would give up at some point. Um,
We had so much fun.
yeah,
I'm so happy we got to go do this.
for sure, for sure. Alrighty, are we done, honey?
Yes.
Okay, well, that's the end of the program. It's been fun, but not really. Let's all try a little harder next time. Like, comment, subscribe, follow, review, and rate, or don't. Do whatever you want. You're a grown up. Make your own decisions. Do what's best for your family. Please be sure to use our promo code for that secret Starbucks. Secret Starbies. Inside Main Street. We don't have a promo code for the secret Starbies inside Main Street. Goodbye, my parasocial podcast friends. I love you. My wife and I love you. Hope you have a good day today and tomorrow. And sure, we may not have showered on vacay, and we made coffee with bathroom sink water, and we did a bunch of questionable stuff. But we're good people. We're still good people, and we're still good people, or something. Thank you for listening. Thank you for caring. Thank you for sharing. We hope you have a wonderful day/night.
Bye-bye.